It's not personal. It's business, Sonny. All right.
Jim.
Okay. Hello, folks. Tonight, we are not examining a particular beer, but tonight we are talking about what is the best bang for the buck in the world of beer in each person's situation. Tonight, from up north, so far, we may have more joining in. We have Eric, a Lions fan, who just finished doing the Anheuser-Busch Ice Beer Triple Play.
Eric's trying to get a hold of me. There we go. Sorry about that.
Oh, tell Eric. I forgot to invite him and Nate. I got sidetracked. Could you put a link to this in Beer Talk?
Yeah.
On Facebook. Put the link and then they'll join. Tonight, from the Mid-South, but not Mid-South Coliseum, but from the Mid-South, Gary Owens. From the Upper South, William Kepley. From Florida, Bill McIntosh, formerly from the North. And from me to you, from Russia with Love. In Louisiana Beer Reviews, me, Ronald, or Jay. And I'll tell you real fast, my best bang for the buck is Milwaukee's Best Ice. See this quart can? This is the good one. This is the good 5.9. Not the evil twin, the good twin. This is the older brother who was brought back out of his exile. This is a quart can, and I bought this for $1.25. There's a deal. If you buy 2 cans, you get them for $1.25 each. Wow. Which I think is a good deal. Tell you a few things real fast. And we're going to have some people join us, Eric, and then Eric's trying to get them to join. Let's see. This can says Best by January 8th, 2018. Pretty good, huh? January 8th. This thing must have just been brewed. It's a lager, but then on the side it says ale. Well, actually, it doesn't say lager anywhere. It says ale. Certified kosher with no additives or preservatives. The serving facts for a 12-ounce can, you get 148 calories. So I'm going to step out and pour it because you know these quart cans are infamous for what?
Spillage.
Major spillage. So let's see. Since we got one northerner so far, we'll jump up north and then we'll go to William, and then Bill, and then Gary.
I could teach you a trick on how to pour that quart can without it spilling.
What?
If you put the mug or your glass over top of it and then tilt it just like this, it won't spill. You'll get a thicker head, but it won't spill.
That's all right. I'm gonna go by the sink and try that method. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's the angle. It's the angle of the pour. If you get it vertical, it'll tend to go in much better. It's when you pour it at this hard angle that it starts to drip down the. Or you might get the fork where you get the 2 separate streams. I've had that before. 2 different streams coming out.
Well, hey guys, what's up? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on Ron's video here. Guys, I'm Eric, a Lions fan. I have a YouTube channel that does Detroit Lions, Detroit Tiger stuff. I do beer reviews. And tonight I just got done doing my AB InBev Ice Beer Challenge. I have Busch Ice here, I have Natural Ice, and I have Bud Ice. These are my 3 bang for the buck beers. You can't go wrong with really any of these beers, really. I prefer Busch Ice. Most people don't. Most people prefer Natural Ice or the Bud Ice. I think all 3 of these beers are good beers. They're cheap. I mean, really, you can't really, to me, go wrong with any of these AB InBev Ice beers. To me, that's my own personal opinion. I don't know what anybody else's opinion is on them, but for the price, I got all these for $1.09. I mean, for a 25-ounce can for $1.09, can you really go bad? I mean, that's almost like 50 cents an ounce almost. So I'll go ahead and give it to William. So go ahead, William.
Hey, Eric. Okay. Eric, hold on a second.
Go ahead, Ron.
Did you invite Eric, Thomas Metal, and Nate?
Yeah, he's here. He's right here.
Oh, there he is. Okay. And boy, we have a special guest from the Great White North. We're going to talk to him in a minute. I never thought I'd see his face again. Now,
we seen him last week.
how's it going? What's going on, boy? Okay, now, William. Oh, wait, before William, I want to ask Eric a question real fast. Eric, how much you pay for those 25-ounce cans?
Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on. I've got.
I think it's $1.09.
Yes, I got everything for $1.09.
Oh, that's a good deal. Okay, William, you got the floor, William.
Okay. Well, this topic is best bang for the buck. I took that literally. So I had to pull out the heavy hitter here. You got Natty Daddy, 8%, 99 cents a can.
Oh.
New
Damn.
pricing for Natty Daddy. And they're also selling the 12-pack cans here for $5.99.
Wow.
But this is 4 cents an ounce, so you know it'll do the trick. So I had to come with a heavy artillery tonight.
It'll do some.
Definitely do the trick.
Did you pay 99 cents for that, William?
Right there's the sticker, yeah.
I can't even get any of these for 99 cents.
And it's only 13 days old. The date is 17/2/15. It's less than 2 weeks old. So I'm
Nice.
getting the best representation of this beer that's realistically possible. So
Cool.
Hey, artist formerly known as Beer Zerker, what are you going to share with us? I'm just giving us a foreshadowing. I'm going back to William.
Okay. I found a really, really, really good deal on a wit beer from Calgary, I believe. 5%. Cheap, one of the cheapest beers in the store. So, and I include macro and everything. So I picked up a 6er. It's from must be from Calgary. No, yeah, Calgary. Brewed by wait a minute.
Now, people, that's
It's brewed by Minhas. So.
oh my goodness.
Oh.
uh-oh.
Oh my God. Oh.
I can't wait to see what Donald Watson thinks about that item. Okay, now William, did you bring in another beer? Or are you just doing the Natural Father tonight?
Well, I figured that I knew a couple of my usual suspects somebody else might have them. So I just wanted to get this one. And, you know, if I was in the shopping the American Adjunct Lager category, I probably would go with the Milwaukee's Best Premium or the Hams.
Yeah.
As the budget beers. In the ice beer category, the Busch Ice probably.
Do you like the Natural Father?
Yes.
It's rich, huh?
It is rich, but as I find with all these AB high gravity beers, they're very drinkable.
Yes. Yeah, they are.
And
Folks, I don't mean to distract from you, William. But go ahead.
The Anheuser-Busch products use corn as their second ingredient rather than malted barley. So malted barley might be 5th on the list for these products rather than 2nd, like on the beer liqueurs. So these have a different, I mean, the aroma is different, the appearance is different, the flavor is different. These are highly drinkable for the ABV that they have. And
Well, plus, I find the Busch Ice, like you said, William, the Busch Ice to be the best one. I kind of find it has a little bit more bite than the Natural or the Bud.
And look how light that is for a 5.9.
Yeah, right here.
I mean, many times you'll get the golden appearance, the dark gold, almost an amber. And even this Natty Daddy at 8% doesn't look, I mean, a Genesee Ice at 5.5 is darker than this Natty Daddy. So there are differences between these two competing, the two competing breweries. And it's reflected in the taste differences.
Now, the Milwaukee's Best Ice is mostly, it starts off with barley, right? Is there?
Right, and you can notice it's got that golden appearance. You can see, like, almost. Yeah.
Yep. Deep gold.
Hi, neighbor.
All right. Any last comments from William?
I'd already, when I got home, I already opened this one. I drank a little, and for 8%, it's very drinkable, really. I put it in the freezer just a few minutes after I got home. Very refreshing, crisp. A little bit of cloying sweetness at the end. It takes on a little bit of a medicinal quality, like a cough syrupy, but it's not overwhelming. And overall, for 8%, you know, I think it's pretty good. It's not for everybody, but for an occasional departure from what I usually drink, I think it's pretty good.
That's fair, and I agree with that. I just don't drink it much because I find it's a little too strong for my taste. Jacob Miller said he would join us, but he's out of beer. Now, that's a good reason not to join.
Too much drinking, Jacob. Too much drinking, sir.
Get another pour for mine.
All right, next in line, go, go, go.
I have chosen, well, the beer. Here's a little story at the beer store. Nowhere in my area, except if I go maybe 25 minutes south of where I live towards Pawtucket, Rhode Island, can I get a 6-pack of Genesee Cream Ale, which is the cheapest beer and it's the best value beer, and I talk about that all the time. In my opinion, it is. So the beer store that I'm on the way home from work, which is there's 3 different locations in our southeastern Massachusetts area. It's called Wines and More. There's also one in Cranston, Rhode Island. They have pretty good craft beer selection and wine and spirits, but really good craft beer and normal macro beers. So I was looking at the cheapest beer I could find, which was either Natural Ice at $4.29 for a 6-pack, or Natural Light or Busch for $4.49, and I thought Natural Ice, and I bought Busch a couple weeks ago to go camping with. I didn't want to buy those beers. I was about to buy a 6-pack of the Miller High Life for about $5.99 for a 12-pack of bottles, or for a 6-pack of the clear bottles, until I noticed the price of Narragansett Lager. The Narragansett Lager for the 6-pack of these tall are 5% alcohol by volume. It is $6.49, so I figured that's a pretty good value, under $7 for 6 boy cans of Narragansett Lager. So why not? Not the first beer I choose when I think of cheap beer, but it's very cheap in my area, and if you go to bars or if you go to concert venues, you'll find it for around $3 or $4 usually for a steel can. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, the closest place I can get Narragansett beer is in a.
Is where? What? Oh, he left. Probably Florida. I believe Florida has the Genesee beers, and some of the beers they make are brewed at Narragansett Brewing Company, Rochester, New York, which I make the Genesee beers. I know Genesee beers, you can find them up and down the eastern seaboard, all the way down into Florida.
Yeah, you're correct, Eric. So, you can get Narragansett. You're no problem.
Look how light this one is. How light this is for 8% compared to the golden of the Miller.
Lighter than my beer.
So I take it everyone's drinking ice beers except for me, I guess.
Well, what are you drinking?
A wheat beer.
He's got the wheat beer for Minhas.
For Minhas.
Well, how much did you pay for it by chance?
Very little. Well, for up here, $9 for 6-pack is really good right now for anything. So I took it. Any beer,
take the money and run.
Budweiser's around $16, 6-pack. So
holy damn!
Holy
most 6-packs. Yeah, our province, like we are oil went in the shitter, so now the government's taxing the shit out of booze. Yeah.
It doesn't cost that much to make Budweiser.
No. So
my choice was a pretty easy one. It was pretty convenient as well. It was in my fridge. It's always in my fridge, and it's
Ice House.
That Ice House is a damn good beer, Bill.
It's like I say, it's always in my fridge, just to make sure that I had some reference. I price checked it this weekend at Walmart, and it's $10 and some change for an 18-pack.
Now, Bill, I got a question for you. Now, did you buy it when it was 6.9?
I did, yeah.
Did you like it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. As a matter of fact, I discovered this beer initially off of one of these examinations or hangouts at the 5.5, and then shortly after that, if I recall correctly, we did the 6.9 because it was changing over, and that wasn't. I didn't like that at all. But when it went back to the 5.5, like I say, this is in my fridge all the time. It's a pretty tough beat in terms of quality and flavor for the money.
I think somewhere it must have been somewhere that these companies, that some of these major breweries, obviously like Miller Brewing Company, had this idea that the market wanted to have introduced into it a higher ABV or a higher gravity beer without it being called a malt liquor. Although I'm not really sure what kind of research these companies went into and what kind of marketing tactics, not even just tactics, what kind of marketing they were employing, because I don't know that they actually really, asked or pulled the public and seeing if they wanted a 0.9% version of Ice House, because it's done very bad. So I don't know who they pulled. They didn't ask the public.
Yeah, no doubt. And clearly, whatever basis they used to make that decision, they quickly found wasn't the right way to go. Right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was 2 months. They had the 6.9 out, and they switched back.
It wasn't out long. I'm sorry to interrupt, guys, but it wasn't out long for barely maybe late 2015, 2016, and it was just a lukewarm response by a lot of folks, and people liked it. People couldn't stand it. Say, bring me back to 5.5. So it was like the 5.5.
Yo, John, what's up? What you drinking tonight?
Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry coming in late. Just got done cutting the grass. And
beer.
Yes, and it deserves a cold. So I was gonna do hams, but I figured let me do another beer that doesn't get any advertising. Yes, Eric, Narragansett. Yes, a friend of ours sent some down here to me, and I said I really, really, really like that beer, and hopefully, if I can, I think somebody said it's up in kind of close by to me. I think maybe somewhere in Kentucky that they sell it. So hopefully they say maybe trickling down here to Alabama. Who knows? We'll see. But tonight I'm drinking a beer that doesn't get any advertising, much love, and that is
PBR, baby! Woo!
PBR tonight. Yes, sir. I love the bottles when they came out with when the packaging a couple of years ago around Christmas time. Sorry about the phone in the background. Yeah. I very rarely answer it. Had all those pictures, all those famous folks, and a guy cutting a turkey, and somebody else. They had a guy with a football uniform on, sitting by the fire with the family. And I said, this is an American classic. So I said, why not PBR tonight? Very reasonably priced beer. Whether you buy a 6-pack. This one I paid $1.11 for this one, or a 16-ounce can.
Okay,
that's not bad.
Yeah. So
it's lawnmower beer, all right.
Lawnmower beer, and it's going good with this sandwich, and I'm hungry.
Sandwiches.
I got knocked off because I was on.
Is it safe to say that besides? If you flip this whole conversation around and say, when you say value beer, you could have chosen what you think is the best value beer for a craft beer. But is it safe to say that when people think about a value beer, most of the time they're thinking about a light straw pale kind of a lager beer from America or Mexico or something like that?
Hey, Bill McIntosh, what was yours? What was your best bang for the buck? All right, that's the 5.9, eh?
Yep, 5.5.
I mean 5.5, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You enjoy it?
Didn't even have to shop for this one, Ron. Just reached in the fridge. It's always there.
All right.
I got off of stinking super slow Microsoft Edge. That's got to be the slowest platform in the world.
You need a gaming.
You get on Microsoft. No, it's not a gaming computer. No, I mean, I can tell you.
Just download Google Chrome.
Sorry.
You get on Microsoft
Do
Edge,
it.
it's like, it's looking at you like, you need something? It's like, yeah, need you to function. So, sad, you know. But is that Minhas, is it a monstrosity or is it credible?
I can definitely drink it.
That's about
I don't
it.
know. Wheat beers are all kind of a monstrosity to me. Most wheat beers, so may as well get the cheap one, sort of thing. You know, you get that yeasty, bitter taste at the end. It doesn't matter much to me. It does taste a little cheap, but it's not. I've had worse actually. So,
What's the beer you're drinking, artist?
White Wolf from Calgary. It's a Minhas product, a wit beer, 5%, and it was extremely cheap. So I was at the store and I figured, well, I'll give it a shot. And it's it's August, so I'm not gonna drink a wit beer now. I won't. I'm not gonna. So.
Hey, how does it measure up to something like Francis Connor?
Weihenstephaner?
No, Francis Connor.
Well, I don't know if I've had
Francis
that.
Gunner with an F.
To an authentic like wheat beer or something like a really good one. It's not very good, but it's
probably more like a Belgian white and not more like a German Hefeweizen, right?
it just looks like beer.
Yeah.
There's a yeast in the bottle, and I would say it's probably like a little bit worse than like a New Belgian one or something, or somewhere in that. It's not horrible, but I can drink anything though if I want to. So
That's the beauty of beer.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but or if you can hear me well.
Yes, we can.
There is all the rage right now. It got relaunched.
Yes, bro.
Dixie now. Monroe, Wisconsin.
Uh-oh.
But City Brewing of Memphis, Tennessee. I said, oh boy, City Brewing. Okay, we got Drunken
We got
One.
everybody joining tonight. Hello, everybody.
do you guys get lots of Minhas products in the States? Because they got a whole craft line up here. I haven't tried many of them, but they're not the worst beers.
We get an enormous array of Minhas products, in fact.
Okay.
What's going on, Drunken?
Sorry, what did you say, Donald? What did you say, Donald?
Oh, I said now that you mentioned it does have a little bit of that cardboardy taste that you just can't get away from with Minhas. A little bit of cardboard in the back.
And then that yeast, that seems like the yeast was defective, so some other company sold it to them. Okay, now we got Drunken One. We've got John O'Neill. John O'Neill, what are you looking at tonight?
I've got some. Any of the beers here are $14.99 for a 30-pack. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, so any of the Genesee beers, or the Brown as well here. I've been getting back into that. It's 4-pack as well, known as D Hump here, and $14.99. I'll take that any day.
Shoot
Oh,
you.
yeah. Same price, man.
Your audio's kind of screwed up, but I think we can make out. The Genesee beers tend to be a good value.
Best in the
Especially the cream ale when you can get it. Like horrible. Yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Drunken One. Hey, wait. Drunken One joining, then he quit.
Blew out.
He never even showed his face. Show your face, Drunken One.
Okay, I'm going to read some of these comments, okay?
Badly.
Not the bad and not ugly, just the good. Let's see here. Well, Eric, you can read some of them. You're a moderator. Heck.
Breaking Bad.
Uh-oh, are we losing Ron again?
Yep. Yeah.
We can't really hear you, Ron. We don't hear you.
Yeah, we don't hear you, Ron.
Okay.
In the meantime, have any of you guys tried this beer? It's a Black Bull by Schlitz malt liquor.
Which one is it?
10%
The black one.
Schlitz
Black.
Bull, but
Black Bull? I don't think I can get it here in Michigan. I don't know about anybody else. But...
Here's the cap.
Is it the INL?
Yeah, it doesn't say Schlitz.
INL?
Is what?
Does it say who it's made by?
Is it the INL malt?
Silver Creek Brewery, which is a craft brewery, and it's the best malt liquor I've ever had in my life.
A craft
It's
brewery
really
making a split beer. Wait a minute. What? I'm confused.
Yeah, see, there's
It
the
looks like a Schlitz product by the Bull.
yeah. It is the best malt liquor I've ever had in my life. It's 10%,
Oh, wow,
and
I've
it's really good. It's better than Colt 45 or anything.
Huh.
Which one you
Yeah.
drinking tonight? What malt liquor you drinking?
Well, I drank this a while ago. I got one in the fridge, but I'm just drinking the wit beer tonight. But this is the Black Bull, 10%.
Excuse me.
It's brewed by Silver Creek Brewery.
Shut up, Eric.
La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Cheap beer makes you big.
Okay. That's a pretty good deal.
And it's really good malt liquor.
Ron is not going to be able to attend. Malt liquid.
I'd love to try that Black Bull. The highest ABV we have in the States is the Gold Bull.
Okay.
Isn't it like
Yeah, that's
8%?
8.5.
Black Bull in the States. I would love to get a hold of that.
Yeah, it's the highest we got, like 8.5% of the Schlitz.
I'd like to try all the Schlitz
I know
products.
I've done.
I was impressed by this, but it is brewed out of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
So I
all
don't
their
know.
stuff is contract brewed. States, Pabst does it. Miller does it.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that someone in Canada, but I'd love to get a hold of that sometime.
If you go to Georgia, William,
Yeah. In Alberta.
Not the black.
William, if you're in, you say you're in North Carolina. I'm sure South Carolina. And I know definitely Georgia. You could find the Gold Bull.
Yeah, I've got the Gold Bull. I had no trouble getting that.
Yeah, I haven't.
We get no Schlitz malt liquor in Massachusetts or New England. I don't know why that is.
I haven't
We do well
tried.
around here.
I haven't tried the red. I've done all three, but I haven't tried the red one yet. The Red Bull.
I've had all four of those in the States.
Yeah.
How are they, William?
Pardon?
How are they all? Excuse me.
If I had a preference,
Got
I
a
would
beer
take
there,
the Blue Bull. The Blue Bull is a regular, everyday drink, I believe. The blue and the red are very similar. The red may be, they talk about it. It's got this VSL smooth process. It's very hard for me to tell the difference between those two. But if I had to go with one, I would stick with the Blue Bull. I think it's the most like a lager for the traditional beer drinker. It's just a step up in the ABV and the flavor of it. But just something like that, 10% is a totally different category.
Those are
Something, I would like to try that sometime, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. The Gold Bull's a little bit harsh to me, in my opinion, but that's just me.
It is relative to an AB InBev product. It is harsh. Look how light this is for an 8% for the Natty Daddy. Look how light that is compared to what.
That's dangerous.
I'm sorry.
Very light.
What was the ABV on the Black?
It's brewed a lot like Natural Light is.
Yeah, but they're highly drinkable. They have a higher corn content than malt. And they are definitely different from the Miller Coors ice beers and malt liquors.
It sounds terrible. I'm sorry. Is it just me, or is Google Hangouts having a severe problem this evening?
It kind of seems that way, Eric.
For once, my
Google's
connection.
been a problem ever since
It sounds worse than you.
Google Hangouts has been a problem since April.
It's stupid. Sorry, Google, you're stupid. I like your browser, but you're dumb.
And Google, fix your shit, okay? Fix your shit.
There, I said it live. We can't even hear you, Ron. Nothing. We hear Jean's phone ringing again. Pick it up. It's the beer, please. They want their PBR back.
John, we can hear your phone ringing, buddy.
So you're doing a taste challenge. Get on with the taste challenge. Everyone's taste and relative to each other there, Eric Alliance.
Well, I got Busch Ice, Natural Ice, Bud Ice, which I still got some left in here. I like Busch Ice the best. And looks like Ron dropped off again.
God damn it, Jay. So, oh yeah, back to your taste challenge.
Well, I like I said, I like Busch Ice the best. I mean, it has the best bite. And for Busch Ice, at least around the Michigan area, the Lansing, Michigan area, I can only find it at a couple of stores. I can find Natural Ice and Busch Ice at pretty much any store I go to, but Busch Ice is a little bit harder to find. But I like Busch Ice the best.
Can you get the Busch Ice in 12 packs?
If I can, William, I haven't found it.
I've got it in Walmart here about a mile away.
I'd agree with you on that one.
How much is it in a 12 pack where you're at?
$5.67.
Say that one more time. What was that?
$5.67. $5.67.
$5.
That's a hell of a deal for a 12 pack.
Yeah.
Damn, that seems.
But to me, Busch Ice is the best of the three. I'm here to tell you, it's the best of the three based on all the taste challenges that I've done.
Hey, you want to hear something funny?
And it's probably the cheap one too.
You want to hear something funny?
If we can.
Go for it, Ryan.
I hear people's audio breaking up, whatever, and everything's screwed up. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on. But I've just got a message from Google saying, rate, it gave me a survey real fast, rate the video and audio quality of this Hangout.
Ouch.
I'm like, now, why are they sending that? Why are they sending that? That's telling me something, right?
It's telling me that it thought you hung up on the video. You left it off.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, but there's a reason they're sending this questionnaire, because I think they're getting complaints across the board, because I've been noticing a lot of, and don't just blame this Hangout, I've been noticing a lot of Hangouts,
yeah.
It's the same thing. It'll go along fine, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, people's audio will just go off the board, just crazy, off the rails.
I blame North Korea.
Well, I'm sure it's all
North Korea.
It's not any one of us that's doing it. It could be any one of us. It could be our audio screwing up.
Yeah, and then
it seems like the more people that are in these Hangouts, the worse the problems become. Like you can't keep up with the bandwidth or something.
Right, but then suddenly it'll get straight. So it's very weird. And you could say go buy equipment, but it's not that, because I see people that got way better equipment than probably any of us, and they have the same problems, with all these breakdowns. And like you said, like Eric said, Eric said it's been going on since April. It just started, and they cannot figure it out. Now,
Jay is saying is, if anybody's watching this video that's got any IT or actual, does work in an actual information technology setting that may know anything about this, post a comment below so we can figure this stuff out, because we want to continue to keep doing this.
Yeah, because
I'm sure it's a Google problem, Eric. It's not anything we're doing.
No, I agree with you.
They got to send the solution to their headquarters, not ours. Eric, I noticed your audio was screwed up from as soon as you started. Your audio sounded like a banjo.
For mine?
Oh, Eric Thomas Metal. And then it was going all right, but I tried to set up the situation where it would show the chat comments, that's when I knew it was going to start causing trouble, because Microsoft Edge using 1983 technology. So, you know, they're going to have, I mean, if I was playing Defender, I might be all right. But if I tried to play Defender Stargate, it probably would fail.
Yeah, it's probably right.
Yeah, because it could probably handle Defender from 1980. But if you tried to play Defender if you tried to play Defender Stargate, it would crash. You know,
the sequel to Defender.
That's right.
Arcade machine.
So anyway, the bottom line is, let's not get caught up on the technical problems, because that's just going to be a canker sore for probably
and deep review tonight. That's all we got for you.
Yeah, that's going to be a canker sore for a few more months probably. The bottom line though is that you can get a pretty good deal on beer. It's not going to be world class. You know, no one's going to argue that Milwaukee's best ice is world class, but for $1.25 a quart can, I can't complain. Where did you get this Olympia? Is that a fresh?
For $1.25 a quart can.
Yeah. Is that a fresh Olympia?
Yeah, a good friend of mine passed away, and I inherited his Olympia mug.
Oh, it's a mug.
A coffee cup.
Here's buddy.
That beer is based on the out in the Northwest, right?
Well, originally, yeah, but not anymore. No.
Okay.
They brewed it in Saskatchewan. It's really good.
Oh, you get a Canadian brewed version. I noticed a lot of Pabst products. A lot of Pabst products are brewed in Canada by like Sleeman and people like that, or other companies. And like that Black Bull, the whole time all that wacky craziness was going on, I was listening, you know, and I could hear people talking. And I was trying to say the Black Bull, no, that's a different thing. It's not IML, it's not OML, it's not VSL, it's not, what's the other one they have? The XL. It's a special Canadian only Schlitz product, the Black Bull. Just like that Schlitz Blue Bull in Canada, it's different. It's called strong beer. It's not called malt liquor. You've probably seen Blue Bull. Remember Albino Rhino and them reviewed that out of that clear bottle, and they talked.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a liquor store yet. We've got a very limited selection of malt liquor, so I get Old English 8%. And Colt 45 8%, Schlitz or this Black Bull 10, and Molson something. It's really bad. It's really gross.
It wouldn't be the Triple X, because I think the Triple X is only brewed in Golden, Colorado, where Molson Coors is.
You don't get the Molson Brador anymore.
No, it was. I got a Molson Dry 8.5.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. Yeah. I love Molson Dry, honestly.
In Quebec.
Molson, but the 8.5 malt liquor is not very good.
Okay, Gary.
I agree.
Okay, now let's let Gary talk, because I think he cleared out his background audio. So Gary, go.
All right. So like William, I also brought a heavy hitter. I brought Old English 800 High Gravity malt liquor.
All right. Woo! That's a good one. That's a good one, Gary.
So
admit that.
Here in Tennessee, we only get these tall cans and the 42-ounce bottles. And what I was going for was I wanted something that was around about $1.50, $1.75 for a tall can. That was the price plus taxes out the door. And this fit that bill perfectly. I think this is like $1.60 something out the door with taxes and all.
For a 24
no glassware needed.
Yeah, 24-ounce can.
I hope you have that thing dead cold.
It's about 34, 35 degrees. I don't want it too cold where I can't taste it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
The colder the better, Gary. The colder the better. And when it's cold, it is good.
At 35, I can taste it. It's just perfectly fine to me. It's still cold. It's still nice. It's not disgusting, but I can taste the beer.
You don't find that you don't find that those 8% and up have kind of a gamey flavor? To me, they're like gamey or something.
When they get above 40 degrees, yes. But if they're in the 30s, they don't. You don't want to drink them too cold where the flavor's suppressed. I mean, come on. What's the point of drinking beer if you don't want to taste any flavor? I mean, come on.
I mean, you do get the flavor, but still, I mean, it's better when it's that versus 45 or maybe 50 degrees or less, I say lukewarm temperature. Those beers, when it's at that temperature at 45 or less than that, it is just phenomenal. You know,
well, let me tell
you, yeah, go ahead.
Let me say this to you. Yeah, like you said, what's the point? And my whole attitude toward those 8% and higher is, yeah, what is the point? Because I can't stop drinking them. I like to taste them and do like a beer review or something and say, oh, it's got all these flavors, blah, blah, blah. You know, I make enough videos for those. But to drink them, have with like lasagna or something, or, I can't stand it.
You gotta try this one, Ron.
Lasagna? What?
I would try it.
It's
Donald.
really good.
I would try it. I would try it, Donald, but I wouldn't drink it more than just once for a video. This stuff is too strong. It's too heavy bodied. It's like I'm putting on pounds just drinking it. And
I think the best way to approach these kind of beers is you really, and almost any beer really, if the brewery or the brewer's website or the description of the beer, or even if the can or the bottle somewhere, this temperature you should the beer at.
Wait a minute.
Drink the beer because that temperature is what flavors are intended to be from the brewery.
Okay, but your audio just went. But I think you said something like you're a communist and you are proud of it. I don't understand why you said that.
But hey, but like you said, lasagna is good with it. Mexican food, spicy food, OE High Gravity or Hurricane. To me, are the two. I say, yeah, that's
Hurricane High Gravity would be good with lasagna.
Yes, sir.
Some days power malt liquor. Some days it just comes right back up.
I didn't want to hear that. I did not want to hear that. Hey, look, call me closed-minded, and I'll be the first one to admit it. But let me say this to you. Let me be even more clear, as if you could be clear on this hangout. If it goes above 5.9%, I start to have problems with it. Like, I mean, Old English, 5.9. What's 6%? King Cobra. I can deal with that.
Well, Busch Ice, Natural Ice.
Yeah, they're 5.9. Steel Reserve.
Bud Light Platinum.
Steel Reserve 6.0. It's fine. It's fine. But Thomas Meadow says, "Screw this." Yeah, I know. I agree with it.
Screw Google.
Hey, don't say that. We'll get banned for life. Hey,
Ooh, you suck, Google.
Keep going, Ron. Sorry, keep going.
Professor Williams.
The point I'm trying to make is I like the ones that are lower alcohol. I am weak. I admit it. I like low alcohol. I like thin beer.
Hey, Bud Ice is it's probably the sweet spot right here.
Oh, yeah. 5.5 Bud Ice, that is my game. That's my gig. That is my gig. Look at this man with gross.
When you get up to the hold on. When you get up to the 5.9, like the Busch Ice and the Natural Ice, they start to really, and this is just my own personal opinion, they start to lose some of the flavor and some of the characteristics of it. But at the 5.5% of the Bud Ice, I mean, it's a home run. Even though I like the Busch Ice and I like the bite of the Busch beers, especially with the ice, I always come back to this one. I mean, because it's 5.5, it seems to be the sweet spot.
I'm right there with you. I can drink Natural Ice every day, and I never get tired of it. Now, I'm not saying this to confront Gary and say Gary's wrong. You know, if Gary likes to drink 8%, that's fine. I'm talking about me. I can only tell you what I like to drink. You know what I'm saying?
Well, could you drink Busch Ice if it was in your area, Ron?
I surely would. Yes, I certainly would. Yeah, of course.
Well, I guess for me, to me, this is not a challenge to drink whatsoever. I've really yet to find a beer besides Earthquake High Gravity and like the other malt beverages that I really found to be a challenge to drink. This, I can guzzle this down like it's nothing. This is really no taste challenge to me.
You're the man and I'm not. You're the man and I am not.
Woo! I've always been that way.
You heard it
Like-
live.
What's the ABV on that can?
This is 8%.
That's like we get that in Canada. That's our Old English is 8, and it goes down pretty good for malt liquor, right? It's
Well,
tasty.
the only reason why I don't drink the Old English 800 high gravity all that much is, yeah, it's great for a high gravity malt liquor. The only problem I don't like with this is it's too sweet and too alcohol forward. Like if it had a little bit more body to match the alcohol and it wasn't so sweet, it had a little bit more adjunct as well as yeast and hop character to balance it out, you know, it'd be great. But other than that, and plus the alcohol, instead of having that smooth burn like you get with Steel Reserve, it turns into like this liquid pink bubblegummy sweetness, and I don't like that.
Thank
What
you.
brand is that? Hurricane?
Thank you.
Is that
You just made my argument for me. You just literally made my argument.
Well, I like it, but that's just why I don't drink it very often. If I want a high gravity malt liquor, I grab Steel Reserve 211, 8.1%.
Well, to me, I kind of like Steel Reserve at 8%, the high gravity Steel Reserve, but I don't drink it every day. I mean, it's kind of one of my beers that I kind of say, well, it's an okay beer, but I'll have it every once in a while, but not an everyday beer, because 8% is just
Eric,
mean stupid.
Worst beer ever, almost.
Eric, a Lions fan, come to Louisiana and walk in my shoes, and you can get the Steel Reserve 6%.
I want to try the 6%.
Oh, on a lighter
I don't
note,
trust it.
on a lighter note, how about Donald Trump in Charlottesville, Virginia? Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Boo, no.
Oh, you're going to
I'm kidding.
kill
All right,
my
I'm kidding. All right,
Stir that pot, Ron. Stir it, buddy. Stir it.
I'm kidding. All right, I'm kidding. That's for another hangout. All right.
So
That's
you
just
guys
as
get
bad as saying Hillary Clinton come to Virginia.
All right, no. I was just joking.
Whoa,
I was joking.
damn.
Rosie O'Donnell's a fat pig.
All right, okay.
That's
I'm
true.
sorry. All right, I apologize.
Do you guys get these massive
El
bottles?
Presidente, Presidente beer.
What?
These massive
How big is
bottles?
that bottle? Damn.
It's
One
like a 9,000 milliliter bottle. What is that?
is more
He's
than
going to tell us.
it's you've heard of a liter of cola? Well, this is a liter and a half of lager.
Hasta la vista.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista.
Really big deal. Grolsch is shipping
Start
them
drink.
here by the case, and I'm using them for homebrew for my own growlers, and I'm just like loving it.
Wow. Hey, look at my glass. You see that? That means I drank the whole 32 ounces, and that is that. Okay, I'm going to let y'all keep doing the hangout. Please do not do anything on
But
a,
what were you drinking, Ron?
what?
What were you drinking? I forgot.
No.
I was drinking Milwaukee's Best Ice.
Sweet.
I eat.
Oh, now he's gone. Oh,
Okay,
man.
goodbye, Jay. You were going to tell us what beer you were drinking. He was drinking Lucky's Best.
Milwaukee. I think we get that ice beer up there.
Well, I'm going to bring back Malt Liquor Monday. I'm going to try to find Schlitz Gold, Schlitz Blue, Schlitz Red, and there's one more. What is it?
Blue.
The blue?
Blue gold.
The Gray Bull IML.
Bull Ice. Bull Ices.
Bull Ice.
But I got to go to Detroit
Or,
to get it.
Bull Ice.
I got to go to Detroit to get it.
Oh, no.
And downtown
Danger.
Detroit at that.
The website said Bull Ice. Alcohol is my friend.
Well, maybe I need to get a hold of Ron because Ron knows where to get all these Schlitz malt liquors at.
Sorry, it makes me so mad when that happens. I could tear a tissue and crush a grape.
Hey, Ron, why don't you send me an email and tell me where I can get all these Schlitz malt liquors so I can redo Malt Liquor Monday?
I really have no clue. I have no clue. Oh, look at that. Colt 45 Canadian, 8%. Ooh, ooh, ah.
What, you guys don't get it?
Hell, I mean,
I don't think
no.
so.
Some places do get what they call Colt 45 high gravity.
Yeah, we get that here in Tennessee.
But you see, in America, I mean, you're in Canadian America, but in
Oh, Ron.
No,
no, I'm trying to be respectful.
it's not offensive. Trust me. We want to join.
Then come over.
I don't apologize for that statement. In fact, Canada and Newfoundland used to be called British North America. So I said Canadian America. But in the United States, okay, the United States of America, the typical Colt 45 is 5.6%. If you go to California, it's 7%. If you go to Canada, it's 8%. But we do get a version called Colt 45 High Gravity in a black can, but it's very rare. You know, Bill McIntosh could possibly theoretically find it.
Yeah, it's all over the place here in Tampa.
Oh, he's swimming.
It's very popular in Georgia too.
John and Neil gets it in Georgia. Well, you know what? We get it nowhere in Louisiana, but Louisiana is an odd state.
Every state is odd. I mean, my state, we got, you know, all these damn
Well, we know about your
regulations and all these damn taxes for beer. Alabama,
Oh, yeah,
sweet home Alabama.
Now that's one thing
Leonard Skinner.
I'm going to agree with Jean about that. Alabama has horrendously bad, horrible, terrible,
Laws.
unpalatable, unfavorable, insulting beer prices and taxes.
You've never been to Michigan, Ron.
I will
You've never
never
been to
go to
Madison.
Alabama again and pay their rip-off prices for alcohol. It is a joke. I was very offended. Very
Wow.
Good old Montgomery. Good old Montgomery. You know, hey, we need a cut of that. We need a cut of that alcohol pie. You know,
Yeah,
And
you
Rouse
know,
is such a
I'm
blanket
over
to
here in
the food.
Alabama. I'm over here in Alabama. I went to Hunts. You know that area in the north by Huntsville. I went to this National Wildlife Refuge, which was very nice, by the way. But I stopped at a liquor store because it's like a magnet. It's like that song from 1978. You are a magnet. I am steel. So I was driving on the highway, and I
Walter Egan, by the way.
what?
What?
Walter Egan.
Yeah, and you know who did the background vocals, right?
Nope.
Michael Jackson?
Get off my channel. Get off my channel immediately.
Dave Mustaine? Continue.
I don't like that.
Dave Mustaine has his own beer.
I don't like
Hi,
this.
neighbor.
go ahead, Jay.
Magnet and Steel was Stevie Nicks' background vocals, damn it.
Wow.
Stevie.
Should have known it was your girlfriend.
Yeah, don't not insult my ex-wife on air on this.
Hey, Schlitz promoted their concert back in 1982. Love
Look,
it. But anyway,
stereo.
continue.
Oh, the Mirage Tour, yes, Schlitz Light. You know, I'm not going to sit here on the internet and have people insult my ex-wife, Stevie Nicks.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way, 40th anniversary of Rumors, and today the 40th anniversary of Elvis Presley. So,
Don't make me
continue.
cry.
Cheers to that.
Don't make me cry on air. No, but
Just a hunk
Cheers
of
to
burning love. I'm just a hunk of burning. All right, sorry.
Uh-huh.
I remember exactly where I was when
Hey,
that happened.
yeah. I'm all shook up.
Yeah, that was bad. Look,
No, that was the best ever.
Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're done, Ryan. We're done. Go ahead.
what happened? I was trying to say I went to this liquor
I'm out.
store. I mean, I was trying to make a very simple statement. I went to the liquor store and the price. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna put a gun to my head. I went to the liquor store and the prices were a ripoff. Okay, and I was very insulted. Alabama has atrocious liquor prices. Okay. And then you start, and I said magnet to steel. I mean, I went in the liquor store, I bought a whiskey that I wanted to buy. I had been looking for it, but the prices were so outrageous. I was very insulted. That's all I was trying to say. And then you had to start insulting Stevie Nicks. And so we got problems now. And we didn't need problems. All right, I'm going to go deal with this laundry issue. And I beg you while I'm off of here, do two things for me. I don't care what you say about beer. I mean, beer doesn't matter to me. I drank it, but Please do not, A, talk bad about Elvis Presley, because that'll be a major problem. And B, let's lay off the Stevie Nicks problem. She never calls me. I get emails.
Ronnie, you gonna look at the comments before you leave?
You can read the comments. Eric is the moderator. He can read the appropriate, you know what I'm talking about, Eric? The appropriate comments.
Yeah, not those ones from that crazy guy. Okay. No.
Go ahead, go, 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 go.
You read them, Eric. I'm on my tablet. I can't access them right now.
I'll go through them, Eric. Here, hold on. Let me start up. How far you want me to go up?
Cool. I don't know.
Well, Dylan says the malt liquor would be so bad if it didn't go down like syrup. I actually like the suitable sweetness. And then Kent Beer Review says there's no Buck here, so no bang, unless you're looking for things other than beer.
Oh, damn.
And Victor Quinneman, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, says the IPA beers has got to have the most ABV in the fucking world at 8% and above.
Wow.
Pretty strong
And then
statement.
Dylan Toback says Rolling Rock, I can get 12-pack bottles for $5.50 in California.
That's a good price. That's a good price.
I think it's a really good value. Yeah.
Bart Robinson, awesome price on the Rolling Rock, Dylan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Victor also says I can get 12 beers of their regular, but if they're IPAs, I'm afraid I might effing vomit everywhere.
Oh.
Let me go down here. Dylan also says I don't mind Rolling Rock, but have you ever seen quote unquote Yes Man? You'll catch Jim Carrey drinking it at the bar scene. In the Basement says Coors Banquet analysis on Lee Russell's channel right now.
Yeah, they're spoofing a BJCP situation.
BJCP.
Oh, just like that other guy that's doing it now.
Now Lee Russell and them are.
I didn't say Dad's name.
They're spoofing a BJCP thing. Hey, I know what they're doing.
Chad.
Yeah, you know what they're doing.
Malt Liquor Marauder says I bought 2 Hurricane High Gravities 8.1 in a Blue Bull Malt Liquor OML.
That's a good thing. Oh, I want to say this real fast. Oh, William. Oh, John. Guess what I set up?
Yep. Looking forward to that one. I haven't opened model yet.
Oh, it's about to get so real. It's about to get so terribly and incredibly real. All right, y'all keep talking.
And Victor also says, he says 8% ABV is just too much. It's just too hard on the stomach.
Not really.
It's a once in a while thing, not an everyday thing, just once in a while.
Only the craft beer is a different game altogether from the 8% style of macro beer, I think.
And then Victor also says people should always drink to the ABV that they're used to. That way it's safe, and they don't want to have problems trying to enjoy a drink.
Sure.
Yes and no.
Very
Well, if
wise.
you're like me and you drink a whole variety of beers and ABVs, this is nothing for me.
Yeah, agreed.
Bart Robinson says, I can get Colt 45 High Gravity too. There's 1 or 2 things good about living in a screwed up Jersey.
Hey, Mr. What's his face there? John Pierre used to live in Jersey.
And then Bart says, I think Jay liked Stevie more than I did in high school, and that's pretty intense.
Wow. It's like camping in tents.
And that's pretty much it, guys. So I'll just leave it there.
As far as the bang for the buck, I'll throw in a couple others. In the ice beer category, one I like is the Keystone Ice.
Yes, me too.
Yes.
Me too. Me too.
$1.19 for a 24-ounce can, and I like it because it mirrors the Coors Banquet flavor profile. It's got that little banana note in it. This is one of my favorites, actually. I could drink this one on a regular basis.
I got a 15 pack of it in my fridge. I got it for
I'll
$7.79
second that.
at Food City.
I
Here.
like it. And on the
William,
taste side,
hey, Eric, hold on. William, I find it to have a little bit too much of an alcohol punch at 5.9%.
I like it. And as far as the craft side, my go-to is the Dale's Pale Ale.
Oh,
I can get a 6-pack of it for $6.99 at Total Wine with a $1 off coupon. So that's a really good price for a beer.
Wow, that is a great price.
that's a great deal.
It is. I like it. And another is the Goose
Yeah,
Island.
what's up, buddy?
Hell yeah, Goose Island IPA.
Yeah,
That's
Goose Island
that
IPA is a great craft beer bargain.
At Sheets, I can
Craft
get 2 of
beer.
these 15-ounce cans for $3. So for $9, you can get a 6-pack of Tall Boys in this. I think that's a pretty good deal for a craft beer, which is won a lot of awards, actually.
We had that in our store locally here in Mobile at the convenience store service stations. They had the 16 ounce of the Goose Island, and it was reasonable, maybe like maybe $1.99, close to $2, somewhere $2 and change. And it was pretty good. And I remember I took a picture of it and I posted it on Facebook and said, where the hell you get these beers from? Goose Island's been around forever. So
Yeah, I gotta say, the good thing about bigger breweries like Anheuser-Busch buying out beers is now they become more accessible to people that they probably wouldn't have, thought about the beers in the first place. I think if you go to a lot of bars, you will. I say a lot of bars. I think more bars are now starting to stock that Goose Island IPA.
And most
some of the
times,
beers that they
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And Eric, most of the reason, and that's the main reason why AB InBev and now or
If they didn't do it right.
when they buy them is that's the main reason why they sell them, because hey, yes, I got my region or this state or whatever I got locked down, but I wouldn't mind expanding my beer into another city, another state, and Goose Island, one of those, and I'm saying with Lagunitas being bought up by Heineken,
Goose Island to me, John, is only 4 hours away.
right? So, let me expand myself. Lagunitas, been bought up by Heineken. I mean, they're everywhere now, and and the same with there's other companies. I mean, what is it, Blue Point? They're owned by AB InBev, the Toasted Lager and some of their other beers, and they're based in Long Island. Hey,
make sure you get a variety pack that's not a year. Make sure you get a variety pack from Blue Point that's not a year old. The last time I'll ever say that.
Let me say this. Let me say 2 things real fast.
Go ahead, Ron.
First thing, I see that Beer Zerker, the artist formerly known as Beer Zerker, Donald Watson left the chat, and Gary Owens left the chat. I don't mind if you leave the chat, but I think it'd be better if you would tell people you're going to leave. Like, oh, I'm going to leave now, and I appreciate y'all letting me join. Y'all have a good night, and have a safe weekend or something like that. I just think that's better. It's kind of.
I'm encouraging.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you just leave. It's like if you were at a party and you just walked out and people would say, hey, where did so-and-so go? Oh, they just left. I don't know. I take that kind of, I don't know. I don't like
Well, I got kicked off 2 or 3 times. I wasn't intentionally trying to get off, so I don't know.
Yeah, and to qualify the statement, if they got kicked out because of the technical issues, that's different.
Google's an idiot. Sorry again. Sorry, Google.
But if you just walk out, that's kind of rude. All right, but that's the way I feel about it. I never did hold back. And second thing, talking about Stephanie Nicks, and I don't want to get all into this personal family stuff, but she was on an incredible amount of collaborative music in the 1970s. John Stewart Gold.
Sandwich. I bought a sandwich from Walmart, and it was a sub. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
You ever notice how if I'm about to say something important, that's not fun. She was on John Stewart Gold, 1979, which was a #1 hit, by the way. She was on the magnet and steel, and she did the collaboration with Kenny Loggins, which was really his first major hit. You remember that song, "We'll Be Doing It, Doing It." You know that song. I just thought I'd mention that. All right.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday night. You know, hey.
Sweet love on a Saturday night.
All right.
With a Walmart sandwich and a beer.
So you can get good values at Walmart for music. Oh my goodness. And you can get good beer values, and then you can get on the internet and have major technical issues, you know, if you're using this thing.
Ron, do you want me to go through the comments one more time?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, hold on. Let me get back up here to where I was at. Where am I at here? Oh,
You're here.
Bart Robbins says, I already said that one. Dylan says, Coors Banquet was my favorite for a while. If that Keystone Ice has a banana flavor, I'll give it a try. Can anyone else contest to that?
No, it tastes like Duncan Hines cream cheese frosting.
What?
Juan Chavez says, I like me some Miller High Life for my bang for the buck.
That's a good deal. That is literally a good deal, all kidding aside. That's a great deal, yeah.
And Adam Kennedy is kind of going off track here a little bit, but he says, McGregor versus Mayweather, are there any thoughts?
Yeah, McGregor's
McGregor.
he's going to get killed, yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Henley says, depending on
Mayweather's going to win. Fights are going to be close.
Eric, who was that asked that question?
Adam Kennedy.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
He says, and Ryan Henley says, depending on what you're looking for, our gas stations typically always have a good selection of domestics and typically have a mix of local and regionally distributed craft beers.
You drank too much ice beer tonight.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
You know what was funny? I watched a video that Erica Lyons fan made, and he drank all this high gravity, whatever it was. And I said, oh man, he could not complete a sentence. It was like comical. It was so comical.
Which one was that, Ron?
You made a video where you drank an enormous amount of some kind of high gravity item, and I remember
Probably Steel Reserve.
Yeah, he could not complete a sentence, and I said, wow. He was slurring worse than Elvis Presley in 1977, and it was.
Oh.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Probably it. I drank 2 tall boys of 8% Steel Reserve that night.
I mean,
Damn.
I watched that video. I said, "Oh man, I'm glad that's not me." Anyway,
Yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
I hope not.
Come on.
Anyway, well, we sort of exhausted it. We went off on the bad technology, but I did get an instant survey about what do you think about the quality, which is making me think that they're on to that. Like they realize that there's some kind of major issue, because I wouldn't get a survey about that. I've never gotten a survey during a hangout like, what do you think about the audio and video quality? It's horrendous, but I actually gave it 2 out of 5 stars because.
Why didn't you give it a 1?
I mean, it was like okay most of the time. It was just like there was like a little 8 to 10 minute period where it was, yeah, see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. It was kind of bad, you know. But then it just like I said, what did I say? It will start, it'll be terrible, and then it'll go away inexplicably. It'll disappear, right? Didn't I say that? And isn't that what happened? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay, here's what's coming up, people. This is so important. Not actually.
The Life and Times of Stevie Nicks.
No.
I wish you wouldn't say those kind of things.
Thunder happens when it rains. Okay, I'm done.
This totally innocuous.
You can be your leather
Wasn't not
and lace.
particular direction.
Who Yeah. I'm all shook
I'm all
up.
shook up. Yes.
Go ahead, Jay. We're done.
You know, Stevie Nicks' father was the president of Greyhound Bus Lines. All right. Anyway, next
The
week.
more you know. Do.
Next
Leave
week.
the driving to us.
Next week, and it'll probably just be me on the Hangout. But next week it'll be Bush beer.
On Greyhound Bus, Highway 41. Lord, I'm a born rambling
I hope I
man.
can come to that one, Ron. That's just too low ABV for this fat boy.
I don't like Hangouts anymore. Next week will be Bush beer, maybe. Then on August 30th is William Kepley's idea called the Big Three Craft Beers of History. You know, the Anchor Steam, the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and the Boston Lager from Samuel Adams, Boston Beer Company. The three big craft beers that set the stage
Nice.
for the catastrophe that is craft beer today. I mean, it ain't a catastrophe. It's not a catastrophe to me because I just drink whatever I feel like, right? I don't have any money in it. It's easy to sit back and watch something. You know, when you don't have anything invested in it, it's kind of convenient. You could just sit back and watch it fall into complete disarray and it doesn't matter. And then in September, we have Sleeper Beers, another William Kepley production. Sleeper Beers, beers that ought to be popular, but for whatever reason are not. Then on September 13th, which is an idea from me, Milwaukee's Best Ice. Oh, well, we're going to examine that. Of course, we're going to examine it according to BJCP guidelines.
Well, okay, Chad. I mean,
What date is that, Ron?
Actually, he could join our Hangout, but I know he wouldn't. Milwaukee's Best Ice, September 13th.
All right. Thank you.
He unfriended me because I said I wasn't going to vote for Gary Johnson.
oh God, what?
That's a true story.
I believe with him.
The true story. That's a true story. September 20th is Ice House. The original Ice House returns.
Ooh.
And then after that, it's, I don't know. I don't have anything else scheduled. Except, what did I say earlier? I said that was a good idea. And William, you might remember I had.
Three-tiered beers distribution system.
Oh, yeah, 3-tier. Let's do that. 3-tier system. 3-tier.
How do you review a beer like that?
Huh?
How do you pick her in that with that category?
Oh, well, it just be people drinking beer and talking about should we have or should we not have the 3-tier system.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I think the craft beer people might be in that, yeah.
It'll be called the 3-tier system, yay or nay.
With a beer.
I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to say, but
You're going to say yay or nay.
yeah, I'm going to say one of those two. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like when people have a baby and you say, was it a boy or a girl? And they say, yes. All right. Anyway.
Gender neutral.
No, I mean, what else is it going to be? It's a boy or
God.
a girl. Okay. All right. Thanks, folks, for watching this really like mind-bogglingly good hangout. It's pretty much more high level than I ever
Google.
imagined it could be.
Google think.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the drunken one would have stayed on for more than 9.6 seconds, and I wish Gary had not left, and I wish Donald Watson. Huh?
Jacob, buy more beer next week.
What?
Jacob, buy more beer next week. He was the one that didn't join because he was out of
Yeah,
beer.
Jake.
Oh, right. Jacob's got to go buy more beer, and
Next,
other people got to get some things straight before they can join again. And
right.
And John's phone stopped ringing and things at his house he stopped going right during the video.
Hey, look, What do you want John to do? Live in a cave?
Next week.
Talking about Walmart extensions over there.
Right. Next Saturday, August 26th, the 20th annual Dauphin Street Beer Festival will be going on, and I will try to post some videos on Facebook.
Wow.
And yeah, that's kind of a big deal here. Last year or 2 years ago, I was in it, and all I will say is that somehow, thankfully, the good Lord, I made it home. And
oh man,
yeah, but this year, man. But interesting, this year, Beer Festival will be the same day as the McGregor-Mayweather fight. So, yeah, and it's August 26th, and next week.
Now, Jean-Pierre, when I went to Mobile, did we drink too much and get out of hand? No, we did not.
No, we did not. But for the McGregor fight, I think why I may skip that festival and go and watch the fight and there, because if I go to the fight, well, you can go to the festival, and you know, I've had few of all these different, whether it be IPAs, porters, sours, you know, this, and then I'm going to the viewing party to watch the fight, and they're also serving booze. I'm going to be, let's put it this way, in a bad situation. So I think I'll go to the fight, skip the beer festival, watch the fight party and the viewing party for the fight, and then make my way home afterwards, which I don't think the fight is going to be that close. And
right, don't worry, that fight won't be that long.
No.
That's going to be a
short fight. All right.
Short fight.
So, but I'm going to behave myself and be a good young man and make my way home peacefully, and that's all I'm going to say on that. So
I'm just wondering if McGregor's going to actually not die.
Stay tuned. We will see.
Yeah, will he actually die?
By the way, watch it. I'm sure YouTube is watching. Watch it on illegally through pirate internet.
Yeah, Twitch TV.
Hey, Ron, before you go, Malt Liquor Monday, King Cobra.
Ooh, that's a good one right there.
Good one. That's a good one. Eric.
Oh, I gotta go.
I'm gonna do that before I start the Schlitz, so I'm gonna do Malt Liquor Monday with King Cobra.
I'm out of here. Good night.
What time are you gonna start that?
7:30 on Monday. I'll live stream it if you guys want to join.
7:30, 6:30 Central, 4:30 Pacific. I'll be there.
I got to teach religion class that night, but I'm going to watch the playback. Oh.
Well, hold on, Ron, hold on. I can make it later if you want.
Nah. Hey, don't worry about that. Thomas Meadow left the group chat and he didn't tell us goodbye. Okay, you're on my hate list. All right, no.
Just unfriend him. He said bad stuff about Knicks too earlier.
Bill, William, anybody, you're welcome to join me on Malt Liquor Monday for King Cobra.
All right.
7:30 Eastern.
Okay, King Cobra.
Because welcome to another edition of Malt Liquor Monday, fools.
Strike of the Cobra.
I can buy a bottle of King Cobra just like beating a drum. You know what I mean? Like that's nothing. I can buy a bottle of King Cobra.
I can't get it anymore here in Georgia, unfortunately.
Oh, that's bad news. I can buy it like ringing a bell.
But Monday for Malt Liquor Monday, 7:30, King Cobra.
All right.
Hey, folks, you better turn into that Malt Liquor Monday, fool.
Malt Liquor Monday, fools.
I can get King Cobra like ringing a bell. All right. Well, this has been so fascinating. You almost hate to turn it off. You want to just go on for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but we can't. All right. Thanks, people. I hope you learned a lot, but probably you didn't really.